Okay, so small little disclaimer. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day for me, but I was going to stop casting, move on to play Halo 2 campaigns. Hype about that, but I saw MBL was playing Huns and said I just can't resist. Because Huns used to be the way everyone played the game. It used to be 1v1 Arabia Huns. Huns. You'd see all-in feudals. You'd see lots of scouts, lots of archers, lots of spears. It was very messy, and I liked it. These days, you have a lot more clean play, a lot more walling-oriented defensive play. It's great in its own ways, but I'm a Hun guy. I'm obsessed with it, all right? So I want to see if MBL can make it messy. MBL's playing up against the Italians and up against the player who's very good on Arabia as well. If you watched King of the Desert, MBL did 4-0 him, which was pretty ridiculous in the quarterfinals, I think. I think it was the quarters. What was especially ridiculous is that Sato had 3-0'd Leary just prior to that, who was the heavy favorite in that series. But anyways, Huns, let's talk about it. They don't have to make houses, which can lead to very flexible play. Also, make a lot of jokes about MBL getting housed a lot, so it could be especially helpful for him. They have cheap cav archers. They have faster producing stables. So basically, you're thinking Castle Age, because you can make knights and you can make cav archers, and you can just send your mobile mounted units across the map and stomp the opponent. The Italians have a lot of bonuses on timings, and honestly, it suits Sato. Sato is a timings player, and he's a great archer player, so having it be cheaper to go up to the next stage every time you're going up to the next stage is super helpful. And I think they're more diverse than people give them credit for. They have good upgrades on knights. They do have pikemen if they need to fall back to that, but they've got great archers. And then upgrades to make their foot archers even greater in Pavise. And then the Genoese crossbowmen, which might be the most terrifying unit for the Huns. Let's think about that. The most terrifying for the unit for the Huns to face in mass. And no saying Siege Onager, because that's cheating. It's not Mangudai or Camel Archer, as good as those units are, because the Huns could technically make Tarkans. I doubt we're going to see the Tarkans here, and if we do see the Tarkans, I can tell you we're not going to hear the thump that the Tarkans used to have, because the devs haven't fixed it yet. It's okay. We couldn't even use the go back to work hotkey properly for the last 2 months, so I can't expect that. But anyways, yeah, Genoese crossbowmen counter-mounted units very nicely. They are very slow. So I think there's arguments against the Genoese crossbowmen on this map. But it's up there, I think. I was thinking maybe the Mameluke? Or even just the Camel. Like a really high HP Camel could be a problem. Imperial Camel. Maybe that? Huns do have Halb. That's my thing, is like, Hun skirmishers aren't that great because they lack the final armor. They're still good. They're not great. Like a bunch of Genoese crossbowmen might be really, really good. I don't know. We're just hanging out because it's a ranked game, and like I said, I'm tired. So, but yeah, hashtag bring back the thump. In the event that the devs actually give Tarkans their thump again, I will do 16 cartwheels in my neighbor's yard, and I will record it and upload it to YouTube. Don't timestamp that. I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I actually haven't done a cartwheel since I was in the 3rd grade. That would be a horrible thing to commit to, but I'd be happy. Okay. So, MBL, has he found his opponent yet? He has not. Something that Huns used to do is go forward. So, you could send villagers forward, and you could go... Just make it messy by taking a fight from a forward base. That's eliminated, probably, because MBL doesn't see his opponent. So, it's probably going to be scouts, then. Sato... almost ran into the TC fire, but he's fine. Sato's probably going to go scouts as well, from what I'm seeing. Main difference is he's gone up really fast, and he's going double lumber camp, which is a little bit out of favor these days. Because if you're going up too quick, you might not have the wood to be able to get your buildings going. But guess what? The Huns don't have that problem, because the Huns don't have to spend wood on houses. Ha-ha. MBL also went 1 lumber camp. So, yeah. What do you think they'll break when they give the thump back? I don't know. TCs probably won't be able to create villagers. Who knows? There is a mod, by the way. Look at these nerds. There is a mod for the thumpage of the Tarkans, but I refuse to use it because I want to feel the experience. I want to experience the sound when the actual game gets such an iconic noise. And it's just really stubborn to me, right? I could just download it and not complain about it. But, you know, I need something to talk about because we've got 2 scouts attacking each other. Sato's scout is weaker. Sato's stable is later. But again, you got to work a little bit harder to do some things as the Italians. But if you get the house walls down, that's a very easy way to secure your base. And that is why Huns can struggle. Because players are able to defend. Then they have the house walls, and then Huns are like, ooh, look at me, I'm playing open with a bunch of horses. And then suddenly there's an army at their base. And MBL doesn't even know where Sato is right now. It's not like he's going to come forward and kill anything just yet. Dad Leisure says, did you see all the advertising stuff Twitch changed? I did, yeah. And while I don't stream on Twitch, I still did for 7 years, and I don't know, man. I kind of saw the writing on the wall with certain things with Twitch, but it's a shame to see the direction they're going. They're still the #1 streaming platform, but I feel for creators there, and we'll see what the future live streaming holds, right? Not something I should probably get into now, even though I really want to, but it does seem like they feel as though they've got a monopoly, and many could argue they do, and they are going to squeeze all the ads and money out of viewers and streamers, unless that changes, which I don't know if it will. Honestly, Twitch is a pretty good platform. Their arguments are solid for making things worse for viewers and creators. People don't exactly seem ready to leave there. Or ask me during Halo? Yeah, ask me during Halo. Guys, MBL, he's now in a pickle because his opponent is walled. But to be fair, he didn't scout properly, so he can't make good decisions from here. Like, for example, he could say, my opponent has walled, and he can't take his gold right now. And so you could then still justify some aggression based on that knowledge alone. He did fall back defensively, knowing Sato would come forward with scouts, though. He did lose the Spearman. That's our first kill of the game. Second kill of the game is another Spearman dying underneath Sato's TC. But he's chasing Sato back. He's actually gone for a super early market, which doesn't offer a ton of value right now, and I'd be very concerned without walls. I'm selling my stone. That's what I think. When I see early market these days, I think selling the stone. Whoa. So he's going to go super greed. If his opponent ever switches into archers or anything, he can't tower. And this might be MBL trying to go for fast cav archers here. But if you control the map with military, it should be fine. It looks like that's an even trade. Both players losing 1 scout. Does MBL know? Okay, he sees this gold. He sees the main gold. He doesn't see this gold. So he's probably thinking with this much walling that Sato is a gold back here. I would be. Sato's adding more army. MBL's going to mix in some archers, but MBL only has 1 spear at home. Now, in the last ditch moments in the no, that's not what I wanted to say. In the God, what's wrong with my brain? I guess it's been a long day. In the scary moments, in the moments in which you need to react with quickness. Quick wall moments. Thank you. Okay, it came to me. In the quick wall moments, it can be a bad thing to not be able to make houses, because usually you could just go bam, house, and block that off, for example. But, you know, no archers coming forward. Sato making a lot more scouts. And MBL has spearmen around. And he's determined to play this aggressive in the Castle Age, which makes me so happy. We haven't really seen much walling at all. I wonder if MBL playing like this makes him a better player. What do you guys think? The fact that he hasn't even added small walls to help himself. I think it makes you a better player to have to control the game with military. Because in a tournament, I get angry with him. And I'm like, why are you not walling here and here? But in a ranked game, just trying to assess the game for what it is with lots of army control is probably really good for you. Man, Sato's been real sneaky with this. Let me go back for a moment. Look, he's been hiding it from MBL. MBL is just not seeing anything. He's like, what in the world? He's going by, sees the spearman, and then look what Sato does. Sato gets, he can't see me anymore. And then now he goes forward, and he's getting forging, which MBL might recognize, because that applies to the spearman, but MBL's going to be in Castle Age in 90 seconds. The timing needs to happen here for Sato, as he's also going for bloodlines. There's going to be a lot of blood. That's for sure, both with the scouts and also with the vills, because it's only, well, 5 spearmen and archers is pretty good. Oh, God. MBL's moving out. Oh, man. Does MBL see this? Does he think he can take a good fight? He doesn't have a house. He can't house wall. He doesn't see bloodlines yet. He's still advancing forward. And, oh, God. This is what I mean. You got to wall this, dude. Oh, man. Bloodlines is in. Forging is in. And maybe this is good for MBL. I don't even know. Okay, no small walls whatsoever in case there's a lot of army, and Sato has surprised him. Still hasn't killed villagers yet. MBL will be up. These villagers are just sneezes away from death at this point, as we have Sato fighting off the spears. And that has not worked out. That's not worth it. Ay. Great defense from MBL in the end. He's ready to attack. He's angry because he doesn't get houses, and the opponent does. And he wants to break in with the scouts he has, and he's had for a long time, and also the archers that'll have bodkin. Crossbowman's on the way. Still playing very open. And as we used to say... what did we used to say? It was like... There was actually a tournament in 2016. It was like... It was a no-wall tourney. I think it was called... This is going to sound stupid. Was it walls, full ball? No walls, full balls? Or it was like... wall. It definitely had walls and balls in the title. Anyways, MVO, he must have played in that one, and he's trying his best to, you know, recreate the situation, because he still refuses to wall. And he's lost 6 villagers, 7 villagers now. It was no walls, full balls? Okay, gotcha. Well, anyways... The stubbornness of MBL here. We'll see if it pays off. Sato still hasn't clicked up to the next stage, guys. We have Sato still in feudal, still continuing to produce scouts. Can he kill the crossbowman? But again, in MBL's mind, it's just like, who cares? Make more army. My cav archers are cheap. I produce fast for my stables. Just boom, 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 and go attack. And surely he knows now, because Sato is on this gold, he knows Sato's gold is vulnerable. Taking some really nice trades right now. What's interesting is full scouts is actually okay against low numbers of cav archers. When the cav archer number gets above 10, then you start to have some big problems. I wonder if Sato is going to just go to MBL's eco. I think if you stop to address the cav archers, because you don't really need the gold now, it just slows you down. I think the next wave of scouts goes to MBL's base. And then after that, you try and deal with the cav archers. Really delicate balance here. MBL is adding spearmen. He's got some weak ones there on that wood line. And there he is. Now, MBL, this is a I need to do damage situation. So in my opinion, he should dive underneath this TC upon encountering all of this. This is going to get real dicey for him. He's going to start to take some more losses. Let's see if he dives. He's tempted. And Sato knows it. Sato knew, and he garrisoned, and he had the scouts ready. What a fun game. But you're stuck in feudal. How do you stop cav archers? The cav archers are super cheap. The cav archer mass is growing. You didn't take an engagement against it. You're back on your gold, but you can't actually win that fight. The scouts here are still being tracked. Killed another vill. Not bad. But the cav archer mass is just freaking ridiculous. And the longer Sato is stuck in feudal, and it kind of feels like it's going to be for a whole lot longer, the more I'm preferring the whole cav archer situation. What a crazy game. Tower there for Sato so we can take gold. MBL's going to be licking his chops when he sees that. He did just complete Bloodlines, so now he's got more HP on his cav archers. And he's trying to deny this, but he has to choose between scouts and vills. So it's kind of a mix of both here. Tower will go up. Weak Cav Archers going down. And Sito might actually be okay with that. That's a lot of weak CA. And like I said, Scouts are actually okay against the Cav Archers. And the only way I can't really explain it, it's just like the damage output they do versus the amount they tank is, I mean, it's just way better than anything else in Feudal Age, right? That's the easy way to say it. It's not like MBL has food eco either. So this guy's not really going to be making a whole lot in the way of knights. If he had better economy and he wasn't so playing so open and crazy, obviously we'd see that. Okay, so, you know, again, Kazva has built up his base, so it's very difficult for MBL to get through and do any damage. So he continues... Did I say Kazva? I meant to say Sito. So he continues to try and counterattack. The counters will pay off in some way. He'll probably lose the scouts again. But he's done something. He's accomplished something. MBL's going to add a monk. And he's going to add siege. And Sito... I'm so sorry. We covered Kazva and MBL in the previous game. And so now Sito clicks up to the next stage, meaning he did have to delay scout production. Now, the right call here, in my opinion, is to continue to produce scouts on the way up, which he is doing. Notice how he's checking for any vulnerabilities. So he's dropping a palisade there, doubling up the houses here. He saw the monastery in the middle of the map, so that told him it's probably going to be a siege follow-up, because that's incredibly common. And he's finding more kills against MBL. MBL decided to try and get more gold efficiency, and he just lost his 10th villager of the game because he went out here. Crazy stuff. He's going to lose at least one more. And he does. Double tower from Sito. He knew siege would be coming. Will he try and use villagers and scouts against that ram? I think he should, and I think he will, and I think he's played it very well. Very nice hold from Sito. Light Cav doesn't cost a lot of gold. I think it's 50 gold and 150 food for that upgrade. And MBL is just kind of sick of this. He says, forget your gold. I'm just going to attack your houses now. I do like the monk. I don't think you should make that many more monks, because there's lots of scouts on the field. But I like the idea, because you had weak Cav Archers. Your opponent could still make knights. Sophie, I know you're obsessed with siege towers, and I know you know that that's not actually the case, what you just said. And again, you're just infatuated with siege towers, but no, a siege tower would have done the opposite, but of help. House will go down. Big group of light Cav looping around this way. Is Sito going to counterattack right now? This is going to be a crazy base trade. This is going to be crazy. Oh, man. Oh, God. This is going to be unbelievable. MBL's going to be through into Sito's base. Sito could lose everything. He's also overchopped in the back. And MBL doesn't have defense for this either. Oh, boy, people. This gets crazy. MBL, hide. Hide and dive. New title of this video. Hide and dive. I don't know if that'll actually be the case. It's a good risk from Sito. Is it worth it? I think you're absolutely going to wreck MBL. But can you defend your own economy? There's so many Cav Archers. Could maybe take this out. Oh, the efficiency's horrible for both. Finally, a little bit of quick walling from MBL. A lot of the light Cav from Sito went down. He's not taking any wood. He can't really take wood anywhere. MBL still has lots of army. Okay, the ram will go down. So the stable stays up. That's nice. MBL must have converted a Vil there, which is kind of ridiculous. And MBL's getting ballistics. 73 pop for MBL. He's only behind by 5 villagers. They have both killed similar amounts of villagers. What? That was such a fun moment. Because if MBL reacts, if he runs home at all, Sito will fortify up, and there's no way MBL ever comes back. Right? Or if he does come back, Sito's going to be ready for him. That was absolutely the correct call from both players. And what a fun game this is. This group of Cav Archers should probably stay in here. And I guess this group's going to try and hit the other sides now. Did MBL steal a farm and delete it? I believe it. Sorry I missed that. Look at this eco. Oh, man. And Sito is a Scorpion with a second on the way. He's got 2 Light Cav and 2 Knights. And the Cav Archers have Ballistics, so this is going to start to add up. Because villagers are just going to be wandering around. MBL maybe doesn't want to get fully trapped here. He's also here. The house foundation will go down. So if he wants to leave, he can. I mean, he can decide to come right back as well if he feels like that's the right play. Killing more villagers now. Does not have the villager lead, despite killing 1 more. He's getting husbandry for more speed. These villagers are like, keep them out forever. Hey guys, please don't chop this tree. Please pay attention to that tree. There's a no chop rule on that tree. But you know the villagers are going to do it eventually. And Sato's thinking, wow, did MBL actually run away? That's amazing for me. And, oh, MBL's back. Oh, no. What will I do? Except lose more vills. He's actually dancing with them, so he dodges some of the shots, but MBL knows, right? Like, he saw it here, and now he sees it here. He knows how bad Sato's situation is. It's just hard to afford knights. I mean, he's got... It says he has 30-some on food, so he has to just wait for them to drop off the food, right? He's going to try and counterattack again. And MBL has Cav Archers at home, almost like he's waiting for it. He's a massive ball of Cav Archers there. Maybe he thinks Sito escaped? MBL goes for the Scorpion. We'll get the Scorpion. Has some weak CA here. Of course MBL doesn't have anything at home. Okay, he's just checking the left corner. Killed villagers there. Killing villagers here as well. Now Sito is in on his gold. Wide open. Come on in. Yeah, we've got our gold on the front. I'm sure you're familiar with it. You were at our party last week. Wood, we're kind of struggling with right now, okay? But I'm sure you can find it if you look around. Feel free to ask. Oh my goodness. Just open invitation into space every single time, but does it matter? This is Huns, man. Playing open. Playing aggressive. Making lots of army. I mean, I put my money on MBL right now, despite the fact he only has 6 on food. But Sato's got some weird avenues he can work with. It seems like he's still always in a potential position to counterattack. He gets into the wood line here. And MBL is going to fight it off with Vills. He's got army on the way. Don't worry, guys. It's fine. More knights on the way, too. The double tower from Sito. The walling attempt here from Sito. If he ends up getting away with those things, he has the food. He has the gold. He could maybe make knights, and knights really could chip away at MBL's eco. I don't think MBL should be doing what he's doing and attacking with the villagers. But he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care, guys. He's going to go in with the Cav Archers, and he's going to try and kill Sito more than Sito has killed him. It has to happen here, though, because he has 27 villagers after that little situation. And so he should absolutely stay underneath all the towers, and he's got to go for the TC next, right? I mean, I'm concerned for him that 2 rams isn't going to be enough. Right? He's going to lose one of these rams, maybe. There might be a villager coming forward. And what does Sito do? He says, well, okay, I'm kind of walled. I can kind of hold. We counterattack again. You could use the siege to keep your town center up. You got some walls down here. MBL's going to try and run through there again. And he just runs right through the middle yet again. I think Sito is actually going to win this game. What a ridiculous game. Like, this here is going to be so difficult for MBL. I know it's MBL, and he's incredibly strong with siege pushes, but I think it's going to be hard to pay attention to that while you got things running through your base. Like, yeah, this is the type of thing you'd expect to happen. Like I said, you know, just show up anytime you want. My house is your house. It's the way I see it. Find my wood line. Find my gold. It's all good with me. Man, MBL just throws the best house parties, right? Over here, very confused Zebra. He does not want to be here, but he can't really move. He doesn't have the power to do so. Units from Sito running away. He's got 20 more villagers than MBL, but his army count's still struggling. His idle time's still high. He doesn't really have good access to gold now. And he doesn't have it all together, that's for sure. MBL's going to bust through. I'm so glad I'm casting this game. Okay, he's protected his wood line, which is huge. He has double tower and some siege here. If he loses the siege, he might lose this game. He needs the siege to hit and then be repaired. And then he needs to hop in the towers and in and out. I mean, it's going to be wild. And he needs a counterattack. Oh, my God. MVO, just keep 10 cav archers at home if you're going to do this, please. Okay, very confused Zebra. He's going to follow MBL in. And oh, boy. Oh, man, there's so much army right now. Holy crap. Oh, boy. People, don't farm. This is not a place to farm. Oh, my God, it's a feast. It's a feast for MBL. But he's got to be careful because there's siege here. And this guy's going to try and trap the cav archers in. Meanwhile, cav archers actually waiting in the right position, which is good for MBL. Here, buildings are still going down for Sito. The house foundation. Oh! Oh! Oh, no! 6 HP. Run away. Oh, that villager was so important there to Sito. Well played. Sito's 16 villagers ahead, but he's still, like, kind of down bad. Because of the constant aggression from MBL. I'm so happy. I really hope people watching this enjoy this as well. This is awesome. Stonewall is really smart here from that guy. That's going to mean that the lumberjacks can chop at least until the trees are gone. These villagers maybe need to reconsider relocating. And MBL took out the siege workshop. He took out the stables. He misses that shot. This is so tough for him. But he can get a big volley here. He doesn't get it. Sito with attack round potential. Misses the shot. MBL still microing. There's cav archers everywhere. He's on the hill. He has no knights here, guys. He doesn't have the food for knights, but he's just splitting with the cav archers. And now decides to back away, but he's on the gold! He's on the gold at the same time, and Sito notices! Holy crap, this is Huns! This is Arabia! This is what we love! Oh, and the ram took out the scorpion. Oh, no way. Oh, he almost took out the mangonel as well. MBL is about to break through this house. It's going to happen. And if he sees a response from Sito, if he sees an army, he will simply run in with this army. Sito cannot easily take gold. Sito has to rebuild his buildings. Sito now needs to panic here. Something that MBL, I'm sure, is paying attention to because he's certainly not looking at his one farm eco. And he does notice it. Sito again, great damage control. So now he could try to deal with this. And MBL goes underneath the shot. MBL lands a shot. Sito lands a shot. MBL lands another shot. There's a lot of shots. But there's no shot for Sito. He will lose the siege. He will lose his knight. MBL is about to break in. And MBL wins that freaking game. That was somehow even better than the game I'd covered prior, where we got to see the Mongol siege. God, it's been so long since I've cast ranked game MBL. MBL is just a treat to watch. And what a great game from Sito as well. My hat that I'm not currently wearing goes off to both of them for an entertaining game. Sito knew that MBL was playing too open. Whether it's stubbornness thing or style thing, probably a combination of both from MBL, okay? And so he continued to try and poke and prod and find openings. But MBL at least had the recognition. Every time he was taking losses, more army and more attacks now. He never hesitated, and it really caught up with Sito there. Like, Sito just couldn't get the army numbers. And there is this thing that we don't talk about too much, but so I always say, if you want your opponent to leave your base, sometimes the best thing for you to do is go to theirs, right? Which is kind of what Sito did. It's not happening. You're going to kill villagers. But eventually, you need to trade against their army, right? And when you're talking Huns, which have such a discount on their cav archers, it becomes so tricky. Like, what are you going to do? Not kill 10 villagers here? No, you're going to go kill those 10 villagers. But the more you go for the villagers, the further away you are from engaging against that army mass. And it just eventually just became very difficult. I mean, he tried scorpions. He tried knights. The combination is what you want here. But Huns are Huns, as we say, right? Huns can play open, Huns can play aggressive, and Huns can still just make ridiculous things happen. 27,500 resources collected there from Sato. And look at the difference in castle times. Love to see full feudal against Castle Age. That was awesome. And look at the difference between the speed they put towards their economies and the military in this game. 17 average for eco versus 15. And then we're talking like 50 plus actions per minute put towards military. And I mean, some of the eco APM too would have been due to military. Garrisoning, repairing, quick walling, or not walling, or attacking the knight when MBO did that earlier. Great game. Hope people on YouTube enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you used to play Huns all the time. If you didn't, it's cool. But that was pretty cool to see. In tournaments, it really just feels like they just get completely smashed these days. But I don't know. Maybe it's just players are trying to play them, but they're not willing to accept the true spirit of the Huns. Also, Hardy, do me a favor. We are going to slowly pressure Microsoft into this. Can we please have, like, I don't know, like an old AOC Tarkin? Not Definitive Edition. Go back. Old graphics. Just show some Tarkins attacking something so we can experience the thump that we, for some reason, cannot experience on the Definitive Edition. Hardy's going to hate me for that. I don't even know if he has the old version of the game. He's going to hate me for that. Anyways, what a great game.